What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys so very much. Over 1,500 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. All the shares, the cares, it makes a huge difference. The downloads galore. And yes, we are coming to a close of this crazy 2020 year. So much stuff has happened, and we've had to just readjust. But it's never too early or too late to plan for the new year. So I've got the founder and CEO of Goal Chasers here with me, Miss Justine McDonald. Hey, Justine.
Hi, how are you doing, Ash?
I am doing awesome. How are you doing today?
I am feeling fantastic. I am so excited to talk goals today. I cannot wait.
Awesome. All right, so Justine, let everyone know, what part of the country are you holding down today?
So I actually live in Canada. I live in a province called Manitoba, so I'm right above North Dakota.
Oh, gotcha. That's got to be pretty cool. So what kind of temperatures are you guys having right now?
I don't know the Celsius to Fahrenheit. I just know it's freaking cold all the time. I think like our winter. So basically, in the winter, if you don't plug your car in, it doesn't start. So whatever that means is Fahrenheit.
Wow, yeah, that's some cold I can't relate to. I'm not gonna lie about that one. I cannot relate to that type of cold. But so Justine, let's get into it. What is the backstory to Goal Chasers? How did it start?
So I had come off maternity leave. I had a 1-year-old at home and a 2-year-old at home. They're only 18 months apart, so they were 2 and 1.
Yeah.
And I was working for a company, and I felt, it was my time to go out into the entrepreneurship world. And during that time, I felt I love to be surrounded by people and create community. So I had a hard time working at home on my own and not feeling that camaraderie of coworkers, and also having kind of that direction of someone kind of guiding my life.
Right.
That I had with management for 10 years. I worked in corporate marketing. And so I had this idea, this download one day, that I was going to create Goal Chasers, and I was going to go back to my old high school, and I was going to teach the high school students about goal setting, because it is what has taken me from where I was as a young high school student, feeling overwhelmed by my circumstances and, not growing up with much money, to a single mom, to having an abundant life of experiences and joy. Yes. So I wanted to go back there and say, hey, I was you, literally, in high school, and this is what I've been able to accomplish. So that was the beginning of Goal Chasers, and I offered a scholarship to one of the students who completed the program so that, they could continue to chase their goals.
That is amazing. Kudos to you on that one. That definitely takes some, a lot of planning and the drive. So let's talk a little bit about the drive behind that. So you had this amazing idea for Goal Chasers, and you're starting to implement it. You're starting to, teach people and kind of coach people. What would you say was the most difficult part of the company?
So at the time, I struggled with kind of finding out what I wanted to do. So, so often you hear entrepreneurs talk about, like, just get started, right? Like, life is never going to end up where you started. And I got kind of stuck with that overwhelm of, okay, well, what do I want Goal Chasers to be? Am I just going to be speaking in high schools? And then I ended up running an event to fundraise, because it was a $1,000 scholarship. I ended up running an event to fundraise for it. I'm like, okay, well, do I want to do speaking events? And what I got really stuck on was trying to figure out the long game, as opposed to just following the steps as life unfolded, listening to my customers and my followers. So I would say that was kind of the biggest challenge in the beginning, was trying to rush the process as opposed to just learning throughout the journey and letting life kind of guide me that way.
Gotcha. What would you say has been your moment of confirmation? Like that moment that comes to you and you're like, oh my gosh, this is I'm exactly in my purpose. I'm living my purpose. And it just makes sense.
Yeah. So that first moment for me was probably when I started coaching. So very there's nothing like seeing something that resonates with someone and they have an emotional reaction and you can see a transformation happening for them. So Goal Chasers turned into a coaching service for women, and it has evolved into the Mama's Got Goals Planner, but it started with this desire to share my experience with somebody that would be meaningful. And being able to speak with women who have young kids at home, want to run a business, feel really overwhelmed, and have a lot of anxiety about, again, the how, like that long game. Yeah. Really was so incredibly filling for me. It is what drives me and fuels my business, is knowing that I could possibly say something that is going to impact someone in a positive way.
Wow, that is very powerful. So, yeah, so we, you kind of touched on what I wanted to go into next. What was the other inspiration behind Mama's Goals Planner?
So when I started working for myself, I was bringing products in and I was selling them online. And I found myself, again, feeling very overwhelmed, watching the YouTube videos and doing all the free downloads and feeling like I was getting advice from so many different people, and I just wanted one package that said do A, B, and C, and you'll get D. And I couldn't find that. Everyone was giving me different kind of bits of information, so what I did was I created the Mama's Got Goals Planner from all of the information I had learned through coaching, through seminars, through my own education. Right. And I put it in one place so that I can say to women, listen, you have a goal in mind, cut the overwhelm, just use this process. Just keep showing up for this process. It's going to guide you through everything. Yeah. And then in the beginning of the planner, I put the tools for the top 10 reasons that people don't accomplish their goals. So there's one for, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't feel good enough, all of the main reasons that we usually get stalled in our goals.
Right. Wow. So you've done a lot of things with your company. Kudos to you and everyone that's been backing you and helping you really, accomplish these goals, achieve your dreams. So, so with all of that insight that you've gained throughout the years and through all these different experiences, what advice would you offer to any aspiring female entrepreneurs?
I would say the big thing is just listen to your gut. A woman's intuition is so strong. Yeah. And it's through years of feeling like we need to follow other people's expectations for us and we need to do what other people want for us and follow their path that we've forgotten to decide what we want. We've forgotten to listen to that instinct and that intuition, and that is what always leads us to joy, because that's what we're all doing this for, right? We're working in our jobs, we're building our businesses. It's because we want to find more joy and happiness in our life. Yeah. And where the most amount of joy lives for any person is in alignment with their life. And that only comes from intuition, because everybody's path is different. Everyone's story is different. Yeah. So if you're thinking about running a business, you're thinking about doing this for yourself, you have to go inward. You have to cut out the noise of what everybody else wants for you and ask yourself that question. What would I do and be and have if there was no limitations? If I was a child again and I was allowed to dream of being an astronaut or being the president and there was no limitations on life, what would I do for myself? And then every day you wake up with that intention and you take steps towards it.
I love that, Justine. I mean, you absolutely just hit the nail on the head with that. Even me and myself, it took me a lot of years to get to that phase of I cannot just sit up here and live for other people. I can't do what everyone wants me to do and then also, the stuff that I want to do. No, there's no in between it. You've got to pick yourself first. And I think that a lot of that comes from self-love. You got to love yourself first. And then from there, everything else will carry over. I love it. Justine. Justine McDonald, thank you so very much. Let everyone know the best way that they can get the planner, of course, and to follow you across social media.
Absolutely. So the planner is available at teamgoalchasers.com. You can use presale code presale40 and save $40, as well as I have $467 worth of free bonuses until the end of the year. So people are definitely going to want to grab onto that. It's a really beautiful book, not only aesthetically, but it is really transformative for anyone who is looking to accomplish any big goals in 2021 and put 2020 behind them.
Yes.
And you can also follow me on Instagram at The Goal Chasers and Facebook as well at The Goal Chasers.
I love it, Justine. Thank you so much for joining us today. We definitely appreciate you. Much more success to you in 2021 and beyond. We're claiming that 2021 is going to be a better year for all of us. And I appreciate each and every. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for the downloads, the shares, the cares. It makes a huge difference. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.